welcome to Thrashcast. And I got to be honest, guys, I forget what number episode it is.
74.
74. There you go. I totally forgot. I was blanking. But I want to welcome everybody to Thrashcast. Definitely a special episode, and we'll get to that in a sec once I do a little bit of quick house cleaning here. First off, where can you find us? Just go on YouTube, type in Thrashcast. We are there. Our videos will come up, and we appreciate everybody liking, following, some comments, any albums, bands you want us to cover, what you like, what you dislike about the show, anything. So any sort of, I know Ken and Bill are usually really good at getting back to people fairly quickly. So let's make sure if there's anything we can do for you or you have any ideas, please feel free. And, you know, you can where to find us as well on Horror Metal Sounds. We're going to talk in a second about our milestone there. But you can also find us on Twitter, and you can find us on Rumble. And if you want to listen to our podcast while you're driving to work or on a long drive, definitely check us out on Spotify. So, Ken, you know, tell them what we got for, you know, why it's a special episode.
Yeah, so we're doing really well here. So our milestone for Horror Metal Sounds, the channel itself. We've reached the 10K mark finally last week, which is great. Yep. We are currently at about 10,070 subscribers and still growing strong, which is great. Some of the other stats, like 7.2 million combined views for 266 videos, which is really, really good. So yeah, we're growing. The site's growing. All the Thrashcast videos for the last while have been doing extremely well. We're getting well over like 100 views per video. People are commenting, which is great. I'm starting to see regular people who tune in weekly, which is awesome. What more can we ask for? It's so great. We're very, very happy and very, very grateful for all the support. And now we did that Halloween show for the Slayer a few weeks ago.
Yes.
We took a little bit of break there. Owen Warland has won again. So he's got 2 prizes coming his way. He's already aware of this one. So he did leave a comment on the Slayer video, and he was asking, "Did you guys pick a winner?" And I was like, "No, not yet, but you know." And because he was so enthusiastic, I'm like, I got to give that guy a prize.
Oh yeah.
So we'll be sending him out something on top of his comment for our 10K subscriber video as well. So it's all good. It's all good as far as I can see. It's all gravy going from here.
And Bill, what's your thoughts of all the kind of outstanding support we've gotten?
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. Yeah, I appreciate it for sure.
Yeah. No, that's great. And keep them coming, guys. We want to hit these thresholds to get us. The main reason for it is just to get the what is it called, the algorithm going, so that when something comes up on YouTube, boom, we're the first ones. And that's kind of what we want to do, and just get it so that it's going on people's feeds and they have an opportunity to check us out. And I think that we have a lot of fun doing it, and it's just great to have kind of a definite audience out there. So heartfelt thanks to everybody who's liked or followed or subscribed or whatever. So thank you very, very much.
Absolutely.
So what we're going to be covering tonight is, a legendary, I have my vinyl copy here of Ride the Lightning, and it actually has a hype sticker on it because I haven't opened it. And it just says, and it says, the #1 thrash metal album of all time. I don't necessarily agree with that because
I don't either.
The first is better, but still, very, very good album. And I mean, the boys on the back there, so young.
That's an original copy, and you still
no. This is a remaster.
Oh, okay. That would be impressive if you've had it all that time.
I know.
And still have the hype sticker on it.
Yeah.
God.
No, I think that's a 180 gram redo that I picked up last year.
Oh, the Blackened Records, probably.
Yeah.
Metallica's label.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I don't have a actual turntable, but I have all the Metallica, all the Voivod, anything that is near and dear to me on vinyl. So cool. Really, really cool. So we'll get to that. Sorry.
Cool. No, I was saying they sound great, those black and pressing. So
They
when you
do.
get a turntable, you might like it better than your CD.
Yeah, I gotta get it. I gotta get a turntable, and my wife knows that. I've put it on my Christmas list,
Nah,
so hopefully
good.
she's listening.
Nice.
But we'll get to our first segment, and that's pretty much a segment, and that's pretty much what our news. If we have any news or what we're spinning, Billy, why don't you go first?
Yeah, so I got two news items. So the first being Slayer announced their 40th anniversary box set for Halloween. So that's
Yeah,
pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
I love the box set they did for Show No Mercy. So this thing's like packed. It comes out in early 2026 on Metal Blade, but you get the 60-page book. You get the remaster. I guess it's a remaster and restored from the original 1985
yeah,
tapes. You get like a 2 LP live concert, and then it's just filled with a bunch of like posters and slip mats and everything you could think of. So that'll be cool. So it'll probably be pricey, but it's Slayer, right? So you got to
It'll be
have
worth
it.
it.
and what I like about it too is it's almost so the live portions in New York. That's in Germany, I think,
Yeah,
and
I
the
think so,
original.
right? Yeah,
Sorry.
I think so.
Yeah, and then the original Live Undead was in New York, so they're pretty much you're kind of getting a live version of Haunting the Chapel, and then you're getting kind of a live version where you're getting the almost well, you're getting the exact same lineup for the live portion with extras of the Live Undead. So you're right, it's almost like you're kind of getting the two EPs, the live EP, Haunting the Chapel EP, and Hell Awaits all in one shot. I think that's pretty cool. It's a different live recording, so that's even better as well.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's cool.
And then one other item. So I saw an interview with the remaining members of Power Trip. So I guess they're officially saying Seth Gilmore, who's been doing shows with them, is officially in the band. And they've actually started the new album. And so
Oh,
Seth is
good.
writing, Seth wrote all the lyrics. So he's, certainly no one will replace Riley, but he's doing all the stuff Riley did in the songwriting process. So I think that should be interesting. I mean, they said it's still going to maintain the core Power Trip and Riley style, but there's a few like experimentation songs thrown in as well. So I
Cool.
don't know. We'll see.
Cool.
I'd buy it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd buy it too.
Well, we buy anything. So
Pretty
what's
much.
what's
That's
the
true.
surprise there? And then sort of just a couple things I've been spinning. I think Jimmy talked about this already, but
Yeah.
the
Oh yeah.
No Life Till Leather CD. So that's pretty cool. I just got it delivered on the weekend. Like I think probably the best song is the Testament song.
I would agree.
And
Yeah.
the Raven song's pretty good.
Raven, I was gonna say
Yeah.
that. Saxon, I don't mind.
Yeah.
I think that Motorhead one is like that's been out there for a long
Yeah.
time, I think
Yeah, that's
so.
old. Yeah, yeah.
And the
Yeah,
Tigers one's okay. The Tigers cover on it's okay,
yeah.
but
I mean, if you're a
yeah.
Metallica collector, it's kind of like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're a fan of Kill 'Em All, right? It's all the track listing from Kill 'Em All.
Yeah.
And then an oldie I've been spinning this week. I posted over on my
Oh,
Instagram.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
My
My
favorite.
favorite, Morbid Angel, Blessed Are the Sick. So
Oh,
the more evil, darker, slower
That's why I like it.
album, to the debut, Altars of Madness. So if anyone doesn't know that, you should be going to the Amazon right now and ordering it.
yeah.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then the other thing I've been doing my top 15 list. And one album that I'll probably just make it in, I ordered it, but it hasn't come yet. The new Dead Heat.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
so World at War. I mean, it's crossover thrash. They've already had two albums, but this is sort of a step up in their game. It's heavier. It's more crossover. Lots of like moshing type songs. So I think it's pretty cool. Like it, I think it might break into my 14th or 15th position
Oh, cool.
on my top list. So that's what I've been sort of listening to this week. That's it for me.
Cool.
Cool. Ken, what have you got for us?
Well, this week I did cover the Death to All concert
Yeah.
in Toronto for All Father. Was a really, really good show. I had a really good time. I was down front the whole time. All the bands were great. The opening band was I'm not really aware of, but they weren't too bad. I liked, I really loved
Or
is it,
guts.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, Gorguts. Yeah, they're great. They're great live. Played two new songs which they have coming out next year,
Oh,
but
cool.
yeah, Mola Me, he's great. Like
Hmm.
I loved it. It was such a great show. Death Wall was damn good. My only one complaint for me is that Spiritual Healing, they only played the first five songs.
I
Yeah.
saw that. Yeah, I would have preferred to have all that and only partial symbolic.
So what I see, I
I
would have
read your
wanted to.
review. I was like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it was good. All the songs were great. But I wanted to hear Low Life. I love
Yeah.
that song, and I was like, we didn't get Low Life. I was like, come on.
Hmm.
I
But
guess most of those guys are later era death, right? So I guess maybe
yeah,
that makes sense. They're more comfortable with symbolic.
yeah, and then Max hasn't even played with Death.
You're right.
Basically, he's the only like outlier in the band.
Yeah.
But he's a really good vocalist. He does he doesn't quite reach Chuck's cadence when he's singing, but I think he does a good job. He did a good job with the two kind of the more gruff style and the more like screechier style when
I
they got
like
to
him. I think
symbolic.
I've seen him a few times live. I think they're great.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree with you, Billy. I know we were talking about it earlier. Like, yeah, they're a great band. Like, it's a great combo. You like Steve Gregorio on bass, Gene Hoglan, and then Bobby Colby. Like, it's a really really good band for sure.
Yeah.
I thought the symbolic stuff was decent, but I'll be honest, I'm not a huge symbolic fan. I don't mind that album, but I wanted to hear Spiritual Healing. That's my favorite Death album.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, that's
But
what I would.
they did pull the plug. They finished
Yeah.
the last encore song. That was awesome. They played Zombie Ritual, which I would think was fantastic. They played 2 hours. It was a 2 hour set, 19 songs. I was impressed. I was impressed that they actually they sounded tight and it was great. And pretty much Steve did all the talking. He was the one talking in between songs. They didn't do a lot of talking, but Steve would
No.
always say like, this is Dad. We're trying to our tribute to Chuck, and so it was good. I had a really good time. I
Yeah.
had a good time there.
It's funny they
So
didn't do human, like get closer to spiritual healing.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I would be great if they actually put out an actual album of new material.
Yeah, I think so too.
I would love
I
to
mean,
see
if
that.
Gruesome could do it, I mean, they could do it.
In Human Condition, same thing. What about them? They're doing it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
They
a
have some ex-death members in the band, so I
yeah.
mean, like, why not? But yeah, it was a good show. I had a really good time. It's the closest I'll ever see to a death concert with Chuck, being passed away and all. But
And speaking of death, I know you're not a big fan of the the writer Ken, but Gelke and Decibel have the new book on Chuck.
yeah,
It just
I saw
came
Hmm.
that.
out last week. I ordered it.
Did you order it? Okay.
Yeah, it was like $90 with shipping, unfortunately, but
Wow.
it's a
Holy.
big book. But
Yeah.
the new Voivod book is the same. Like
Yeah.
he wrote the book, it's 600 pages, and when he started writing, the shipping was like a quarter of the price, and by the time he finished, it's like 45 US to ship it
It's crazy.
from the US to Canada. But so yeah, if you're a Death fan, check out the book.
Yeah, I heard it was coming out. I might check it out. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's great that any material on Chuck is well deserved.
Yeah, like apparently they did a good job. Like it's all his family, but his family agreed that they won't get in the way of what the bandmates have to say. So you get the two sides of the story, right? That Chuck
Yeah,
is
yeah,
really
yeah.
difficult, and then the family Chuck.
Now, I also heard that Chuck's nephew, who's a musician as well, apparently they found a lost Chuck, a song that Chuck recorded, I think maybe just prior before his death, and it's a cover, and I believe it's was it Madonna? Yeah, he covered a Madonna song. I have to look this up, but apparently I just saw this recently that the song was found by his nephew,
All right,
and it
well,
was a song he actually recorded before his death. So I thought, well, that's interesting. Well,
Well, they have
John,
that series on. They have that series on Crave,
yeah,
where they have the like. I think it's a 6 season or 6 episode season, and one of the episodes was on death on Chuck.
Okay.
So had interviews with his ex-girlfriend, who was kind of almost his wife. They almost got married, I think.
Yeah.
His family members, and exactly like what went down, and how the Control Denied was recorded, and how he passed. Which it was actually quite sad. It was because you're watching it, and I got to admit, it was quite emotional.
Yeah.
So
Well, didn't they actually record the second Control Denied album, and it's never going to come out?
I think so. There's
Yeah.
parts of it or whatever, but yeah,
I think they were trying to get the remainder of the band were trying to get that album done or
yeah,
something. I don't know. I know there's all kind of
yeah.
legalities to that, but I think
I
they
mean,
never
from
get.
our perspective, or Ken, you and I living in Toronto, they included in the Chuck book a chapter on him moving to Canada to join Slaughter. There's a whole chapter on his time in Slaughter,
Oh wow.
which is
He didn't have a
interesting.
great time, but
Yeah,
No, I'm sure. Yeah.
well, that's so cool that he came. I mean, it's awesome that he actually came out to do that, but
yeah.
it's kind of it's sad, but what can you do? And Jimmy, I got one thing for you because I know we talked about this on the Monsters, Metal, and Rockers podcast. I got this. This is the first album.
Oh, nice.
Fire.
That's what I got. I have it here. I was going to talk about
Yeah,
Wicked. Yeah, I got to
you
get
should
that.
track this sucker down.
Yep.
This is one hell of a record. I love
What is
this
that?
record.
Fueled by Fire.
Fueled by Fire.
Oh,
It's like an American thrash band from, I think, California.
California. Yeah.
Yeah,
They came out around the same time as like Warbringer and when
yeah,
all the new wave of American thrash, they were also there. Yeah, they're a great band. That first album I was listening today, holy crap.
yeah.
It's just like a huge head banging masterpiece. I
Oh,
love it.
yeah.
So great. So when you mentioned it, I was like, I'm gonna dig this album out. So I went to dig it out and was like, I'm gonna listen to it
I
because
don't
I
even
hadn't
know
heard
it.
in a long time.
Oh, it's good, Billy. Like I was going to bring up, this was their last album, which was
Yeah,
2013, but they are still together, and they've had some, I think,
two
singles.
EPs.
Sorry?
They put out two EPs
Two EPs, yeah, after
in the
this.
last few
So
years.
I would expect they're saying they're recording a new one, but it's really good thrash, like really
Yeah,
good. Yeah,
yeah. Give it a go, Billy. If you have
yeah.
never bought their
Yeah, I
stuff.
don't
Fueled by
know it.
Fire. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, they're like they've only had three full length albums, but they're all three albums are damn good.
Yeah,
They're all damn good. I own all three, so it's like yeah, great band. But yeah, that was the one thing I wanted to mention because you brought it
cool.
up, and it's like, oh yeah, I love that band.
Yeah,
And they don't really get. I know they're on tour. They are touring now currently, so it's good. It's good that they're out there playing, doing their stuff.
absolutely.
But yeah, that's all I have for this week.
Well, I don't really have any news other than you guys are lucky because, Motley Crue, Extreme, and Tesla are coming to you guys.
I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that. Toronto.
I don't know if you're lucky or unlucky, but anyways.
Well, I won't be there.
It's that Carnival of Sin tour. I saw that originally.
Yeah, like it's just absolutely, I don't know what the heck they're doing, but they'll get an audience, I mean,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm surprised no Montreal
No
or
Montreal.
Quebec.
Nowhere else in Canada, I think. Only the
From
US and
Yeah, you
Toronto.
might be right. Yeah, there was the
Yeah.
only Canadian date.
So that was big news yesterday. But what do I got? I picked up, the return of Zetro, Blood In, Blood Out,
good album.
Exodus. So now it's kind of funny because, now Zetro's out. And a rumor has it they've got a single that's going to be dropping shortly.
Oh, really?
That's what I heard.
Oh, for the new album?
Yeah. So I don't know if it's
should,
going to
yeah.
be before 2026 or early 2026, but apparently one's going to be coming out soon.
Well, Gary said it's all done. The album is
Yeah.
all done and finished.
Well, they have two albums. Apparently, they have enough material for two albums,
Yeah.
from what he said.
Yeah, what else did I get? Well, I picked up this. I never had it for my Sabbath
album.
collection. So this is the remaster, the 2025 remaster with a couple bonus tracks, and it's only one of these kind of sleevey, cardboardy guys. But now I have all my Black Sabbath collection is totally complete, and this was the only one that was held up due to the record company. Because when they released the Tony Martin albums, this was left off it. I think there was some issue there. But anyways, They've remastered it, I think it's just a reissue. So it's got two extra tracks on it, Some Kind of Woman and Black Moon. That sounds really good. So I always enjoyed this album, yeah. And the only really new thing I got was I finally got my copy of Dragon's Claw, which took forever to get here. Moving Target. What I love about these high roller records, I mean, they're expensive, but they always come with a cool like sleeve cover and that, so they're kind of neat. And this is a really good. I would throw it under traditional with a touch of prog, just traditional heavy metal, maybe a little bit of maybe some symphonic parts to it, but it's really, really cool. This is the Giles Lavery project that he did with 2 albums back, I think from 2010 on, and then they had this, I think, partially written, so they wanted to finish it. So during his break, I think last Christmas or in the new year, they actually finished it. And it's really cool. This is up for my record of the year. It's right now it's neck and neck between Sacrifice. I gotta say, Coroner's leaked in there now. This and Sodom's still there, but that Coroner record, I don't have it yet, a copy yet, but I've been playing it like nonstop. The Testament is in there, but I think I might like the Coroner a little bit better now than the Testament record. So we'll see. But the production on this album by Thomas Mengler, Thomas Rocket, fantastic. This album sounds, everybody should check it out. It's really, really cool. Traditional metal in the 2025 vein. Hey, it just goes to show how strong the genre is. And then obviously I already talked about my Fuel by Fire, which, Ken's got the first one there. I got to track that down. And, but man, I've been loving that too. I've been playing that nonstop. So, and that's all I've got, guys. So
cool.
Great. So we'll kind of jump into the album. So obviously we're going to be covering Ride the Lightning, and kind of an interesting reason, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this album, besides the fact it's kind of the last of the best albums that we've done them all now. We did Justice, we've done Kill 'Em All, we've done Puppets, we've done Black Album. So I think we're done.
Agree
with this one.
Yes, we do Death Magnetic, but that's
yeah. And I mean, there's definitely, like, I like Death Magnetic and I liked Hardwire. I think if the two of those were cut and then put together, probably be one kick-ass album if you took the best off of both, for me anyways. I think there's some good stuff there. But so Ride the Lightning, not much of a bio. We've done this a million times. Came out in 1984, considered, the top, well, everybody goes back to the first 4 albums, and you throw the Black Album in there for 5. That's kind of the string albums they had where it just kept getting better, and then just took off. So really important album to the heavy metal movement. Obviously the members that were in there obviously had the late Cliff Burton, Lars, James, and Kirk. So, but the reason why I wanted to do this too is because it ties in with a show we'll probably do at some point in January with the new Megadeth album coming out, because it was leaked, a few weeks ago that Dave and company will be doing a cover, and the cover's been kind of leaked. I think we all heard it, did we not?
I haven't heard it.
You haven't heard it? I thought I heard parts of it anyways. But anyways, he's going to be covering the song Ride the Lightning, because there's still songs off of this, just like much of Kill 'Em All, and I think maybe even something he says he's uncredited for on Master of Puppets. So he's does some writing on this, so that he was credited for. So it's kind of neat and kind of important too, because it's kind of a weird pick though, because I figured he probably would have done something off of Kill 'Em All that he might have been a little bit more fully written on, that he took part on, because it's neat, because it's going to be Megadeth's supposed last album and their last tour. So kind of going full circle and kind of going in that vein. So that leads me to my first question, which kind of be up for a pretty good discussion here. What do you guys think of, the elephant in the room with this? When I first heard it, I didn't like the fact, because I was like, I hope they don't release this as a single, because it's going to be an extra, supposedly a bonus track the album, which is good. I'm good with that. But what do you guys think of it? I mean, obviously, I guess he has a right to it to some degree. It's kind of going for me. It's kind of full circle. Doesn't necessarily bother me now that I know it's a bonus track, but I'd love to hear what you guys think. I mean, marketing genius, marketing. What do you think? Ken, you take it. You go first.
Well, I don't really have a problem with it. Like, to be honest, you can't have Metallica without Megadeth. Like
Yeah,
they're synonymous to some degree. And I know the history between the two, but he does have a right to some degree because he was
yeah.
there at the beginning. And some of his music has been used after his long after he was kicked out. So I don't have a problem with it. Like Ride the Lightning is a really good song.
Yeah.
I love that song in general. So if he wants to cover it, then cover it. Like I don't really see. At first, I was like, yeah, why do it? But once you start thinking about it, and you hear Dave talking about it, and I guess because he's going out of this is it for him, I'm going to include a Metallica song. I'm okay with it.
Mhm.
I think it will be a good song. It'll
Yeah.
be a pretty good cover because Dave, from all the snippets I'm hearing of what's going on in this new album, it sounds fucking awesome to me.
Oh yeah.
The only thing, my only one complaint is I don't like the vocals, but that's neither here nor there, really. But the music it sounds great, so I suspect it's gonna kick ass musically.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it. For me, I'm all right with it.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I agree. Bill, what's your take on this Metallica inclusive Megadeth thing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, it's not really a big deal either way, but I don't know. I mean, I'm curious to hear it. I
Yeah.
haven't heard it yet. I heard like a little snippet live, but I don't even know if that was real or AI or um but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, like I don't know. Like I think it's not I would prefer not to do it.
Hmm.
Dave just spent his whole career whining about Metallica.
That's
And like
true.
it's like do it like on another album. Don't do it on the final Megadeth album. Like I don't know. I mean, like as far as I'm concerned, he's Dave Mustaine shouldn't be so like I don't know, jealous is the word of Metallica, but
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, Rust in Peace is better than every Metallica record but one or two. Um,
Fair point.
so like he doesn't have anything to be ashamed for. I'd
No.
rather like just give me like another original song in your final run, and you can still play this this track live at every single show, and the audience will get to hear it. So you don't need to stick it on the album. I think it just brings back the past where it should have been left, but. I don't know. And then Jim, you mentioned marketing. I mean, is it really? Like I
Yeah.
obviously can't see. I mean, Megadeth fans are going to buy this record and go
Yeah.
see the
True.
final tour, whether this is on it or not. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, again, like he has the right to do what he wants, and that's cool. And I'm going to listen to it. I'm curious to hear it, but I don't know. Like I don't think it needed to be there. It's just my thought.
Yeah, and I agree. I kind of agree with both. Yeah, I mean, it pissed me off when I first heard it, but I'm glad it's at least a bonus. And I at least think that, in my end for a marketing thing, I think that I've heard two songs off the album and I like them both. They both kick ass. I mean, the video for the last album's it reminded me of a Sum 41 video. I don't know, it was kind of juvenile, but I like the two singles so far. So I was thinking maybe if the album wasn't as good, isn't that good, maybe this might be able to be a marketing savior to some degree if it kind of turned into that. But so far, the two singles I find are great. And I like the two singles pretty much better than anything off the last Megadeth album, The Sick and the Dying. And I like that album quite a bit.
Yeah,
I just think the first two singles are really Megadeth angry and hungry. And I mean, I know, Ken, you're not a fan totally of Dave's vocals, and a lot of people aren't. And I get that. I am, but it's right up my alley. But I was a little pissed off too. But then I thought about it and I thought, well, maybe for marketing in the sense that Metallica's fan base is so huge. How many people? I know pure Megadeth fans are going to buy it no matter what.
Yeah.
But then there's going to be maybe that, and I think Dave also feeds off of that sort of feuding frenzy between the two bands, where everybody knows he's kind of a little bit of we know what happened. We know he got the raw end of the stick, but did he? I mean, he created something that was amazing and rivals Metallica in my mind, especially as you said, Billy, from Rust in Peace onward. I mean, the newer the newer Megadeth outshines for me the newer Metallica albums. So I don't think he has anything to be ashamed of. I think it's cool that maybe he's doing it. Maybe it would have been better to do the album and then maybe a year into it do a second disc where he did all his Metallica writings, with mechanics for the Four Horsemen and all the ones he took part in, like Phantom Lord, Call of Cthulhu, and maybe make an EP where he could get a little bonus out of that, in the sense of if he wanted to thumb it at them to some degree. I don't know, but I agree with both you guys, and I'm just glad it's a bonus and it's not part of the freaking album, because I was like, oh god. And I thought, like, when I heard this was happening, I thought, oh, this is going to be song number 2 being released, and it's going to put a cloud over the album. So I'm glad they haven't released it yet, and I hope they don't. I hope they just let it slide as a bonus track and people figure it out once it's released. But definitely, I think Dave's stuff from Megadeth just stands on its own. I don't think he has to keep going backwards, and don't look back in anger. I mean, not to quote an Oasis song, but move forward. And I mean, I love Angry Dave. I mean, so far, I think this album sounds a little bit more like So Far, So Good, So What, So Far. And I think that was one of my favorite albums. So I think that's pretty cool. But anyways, no, back to Metallica though. And my other question, I mean, that was kind of the elephant in the room question, because we were planning to do this 2 weeks ago, and that was just the big talk, But what, like, Billy, what do you think of your thoughts on, like, the kind of from Kill 'Em All to Ride the Lightning, with the musicianship, the writing? I mean, the production maybe, but I mean, we're still talking early 80s here. What do you think of the natural progression of how they went, maybe kind of taking on some different topics and maybe leaving some of the tropes from the first album behind? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is like a huge leap musically, right? Far more
Mm-hmm.
mature songwriting, and the band's taking some chances, right? Like you get the beautiful like Fade to Black,
Mm-hmm.
the power ballad, and it's funny, like people were like back in the day. Like Metallica was pissed off because all the fans were calling them a sellout for doing Fade to Black, and little did they know what was coming their way. A few
Right.
albums later with Load and the Black Album, but anyways, like even if you have that like Cliff 'Em All, like
Yeah.
that VHS tape they have, and you can just see like James and Cliff just complaining and pissed off that the fans keep calling them a sellout for Fade to Black. You get the epic instrumental, the call for Kudaloo, the mid pace. They're not all thrash monsters, right? You get like the title track and For Whom the Bell Tolls, just really catchy, great songs, great songwriting. And they're not all like Kill 'Em All. It's like they're all like running 100 miles an hour, right? This has so much more diversity. Like I know the lyrics are a leap up too, but I'm not a big lyric guy, so I won't get into that. Ken can cover that. But yeah, no, I think it's huge. Like I think this album is way better than Kill 'Em All, like for me.
Yeah. Ken, your thoughts?
Oh yeah, this is definitely a step up album. I mean, when I first saw Metallica and heard these songs played,
Yeah.
to me, I was just they blew me away. I was hearing a lot of the second album live. Wow, it's
Wow.
those songs are imprinted in my brain. I'll never forget them. Like when the first
Yeah.
time I'm hearing like Creeping Death
Yeah.
live. Wow, it's like, yeah, these guys are awesome. I mean, they just ran with it, right, with this
Hmm.
album. I mean, yeah, okay, the lyrics are definitely a step up. The music is, as Billy mentioned, is much more diverse. I mean, I like Fade to Black myself personally.
Same
Me
here.
too. Yeah, yeah.
think it's a great song. I've never thought of it as a sellout to me,
No.
but I guess people can do that. But it's great because it's still got like a diverse. There's a lot of diverse stuff to it. Like the Lovecraft references, the biblical prophecy references.
Hmm.
It's all still there, and Kirk got a chance to write solos here too,
Hmm.
which is great. So his imprints on it, and so is Cliff, because Cliff was the horror guy, was the other horror guy in the band. Well, maybe not so much horror, but more like sophistication with the idea of having a much more classier or classical sound. He
Hmm.
introduced that to the band. I mean, Kirk was the one that brought the horror elements. So I mean, when those two came on the scene and joined the band, they're both the imprint of Cliff and Kirk are you can hear it in this album.
Right.
And this album's a banger of a record to some degree. I think it gets overshadowed though. I feel like Master overshadows
Yeah.
this, and so does Justice. But this album deserves to be looked on its own and credited for like really, really starting the thrash engine for Metallica. I know we talked about Kill 'Em All, and I like Kill 'Em All too. But this is the step up album in my mind.
Well, it's interesting because everybody, I talk about Kill 'Em All is my favorite record all time, and it's more of a. I totally agree that this is a much better album, musically written, lyrically and even vocally. I mean, it's a mature band. I just love the maybe a little bit. It's the first album, so I was like in love with it. First time I heard it, first time I bought it, and it changed my life. I think that I depend on a lot of Kill 'Em All, but I'm the first one to admit. But it's interesting you say that, Ken, about it being overshadowed because my one and two would be this and Puppets, and then sorry would be Kill 'Em All and Puppets, then this, and this is probably, I mean, Master of Puppets only because when that came out, I was right in heavy metal. That was one of the best years, and it was like so awesome. And I think it definitely did overshadow this. I mean, that outsold those two first albums so quickly. I mean, these albums didn't go gold or platinum until kind of the after Puppets came out. So kind of neat because a lot of the fans who kind of jumped on with Master of Puppets went back and bought these albums. But no, I agree. You guys make some great points. The iconic logo and just the album cover itself.
Lightning, yeah, and Lightning.
Everybody had this T-shirt, and it was so cool. And I mean, I just love it. And that obviously when the Load years came in and they kind of ditched their logo, that was the first thing that made my spidey senses tingle about something's not right in Metallicaville. But yeah, no, I agree with you guys. I think it's a way step up compared to Kill 'Em All. Kill 'Em All is just maybe a little bit more imprinted on my soul just because I remember I still have my copy on Bonsai Records, and I have this on Bonsai Records too. I have two copies of it, and I remember just when I got it, I was like, man, this is awesome. It just blew my mind. And then obviously going to this, and then a lot of my friends and a lot of the when I was when I was younger in school, obviously, I think this would have came out this in elementary, but when I was in junior high and Master of Puppets came out, that's when everybody kind of got involved with it, and then it just went crazy from there. But no, some great points. So, and Ken, what do you think of the artwork?
Oh, it's a great cover. I mean, it's so and there's the story behind it is so great because basically most people know that it's based on the Stephen King quote from The Stand, which Kirk was reading The Stand during the recordings of Kill 'Em All. And there's a minor character in the book who's actually sentenced to, is on death row and is sentenced to death. And his quote is, "Why then you go on to death row at state prison and just enjoy all that good food until it's time to ride the lightning."
Yeah.
And that it's funny that quote stuck in Kirk's head, and he told that to James, and James, I guess that lit the spark for him to pen the lyrics to Ride the Lightning. Although he he tells it from the convicted murderer's point of view.
Right.
But it's so great, and they represent that on the cover, which I think it's a really really great cover because it's it's great on a T-shirt,
Yeah.
it's great on the album cover. It was created by AD artists. They were a collective of artists who did Ride the Lightning. It's great, and I even like the fact how it's clever that the logo has the lightning in it,
Yes.
which is so great. I totally love it. I think it's a really really good cover.
And Bill, what's your thoughts on the album art?
Yeah, I like the cover a lot. Like, I think it's interesting, right? Because like I don't know, I guess in you would think like w when Kirk got inspired by the Ride the Lightning
Yeah,
from Stephen King, that would come first, and then the picture came first.
Yeah.
It
yeah,
was actually the opposite. Like, well
yeah,
before anyone even thought of Stephen King reference, Lars and James were throwing around the title Death by Electrocution.
Yeah.
They
yeah,
had all kinds of early artwork based on that title. So the fact that it so perfectly came together with the Stephen King reference, that it fit perfect to what they had already envisioned. But you would think that Ride the Lightning came first, and then they
Mhm.
designed the artwork, but
yeah.
it was a bit of the other way. But yeah, it's great.
Good points, guys. So we'll jump right into the album and start with track one. Ken, you're gonna fight fire with fire, and this is I think this has got the writers for music and lyrics is Hetfield, Lars, Ulrich, and Burton. So, what's your thoughts on this song?
No, this is like a classic thrash song to me. Fight fire with fire. 34 seconds, like soft acoustic dance, which actually is not like a trope because every band then adopted that.
Yeah.
Right at the start, you get that little soft little. Well, we're building up to this, and then it gets so bombastic right off the bat, and then those riffs and the wall of sound.
Yeah.
Oh, when I heard that, like I said, when I heard this song live, like the hair on the back of my neck was standing up because it's such a powerful song.
Yeah.
It's got a really good chorus, which I totally love in it. And I like there's some nice build up here too. Like when you get that 228 mark and it goes da da dum and that tempo shift and then the solo comes in. Oh, it's so great. Like to
Yeah.
me, this is such a fantastic song. And I know Burton wrote the acoustic bit at the start of it.
Mhm.
And it's all about nuclear destruction. So a thing that we all know that a lot of thrash bands really, really took. It's mid '80s, so I guess that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole kind of the whole kind of Cold War thing and the thing with Russia versus U.S. I could see it, but this is a really good statement. This is like a statement song to me
Yeah.
when you hear this.
And what a great way to start up. This song reminds me. Do you remember that made-for-TV movie that scared the shit out of everybody? It was
Reds
The Day After.
and
The
yeah,
one where
I've seen the movie.
it was the Russians bombed they both bombed each other, but it showed it from the American point of view.
Yes,
I guess
yes.
the North American point of view, because
I remember I watched it when it came out.
yeah, and it was like holy cow, and houses were, and it was just total chaos. But I think for a first song, this just lights the firecracker. I love the evil laugh in it, the explosion at the end that just and then
Yeah, the
finishes
bomb.
the
Yeah,
song
yeah,
off. Love it. I mean, this is this album's a masterpiece. It even says on my vinyl. But I love this song to start up, and James's voice is so aggressive and fast. I mean, this is what probably, if they interestingly enough, this song could have fit on Kill 'Em All for me, but it's that much more tighter and cleaner, and in the sense that it's fast, but it's not losing any it's not losing its direction, or it's just not being fast for the sake of being fast. So I think it definitely, this is where obviously the song number one, the step up, you really notice it is boom, okay, this is going to be a more mature sounding of what the first album was. Bill, what's your thoughts on Fight Fire with Fire?
Yeah, no, it's good. Like I agree. Like it's totally a kill 'em all track, which
Yeah,
makes sense because this was written way before the
yeah.
recording session for Ride the Lightning. So this was already in existence. So yeah, I mean, it's good. Like it's great. Like it's funny because the acoustic intro, like I remember hearing James saying that was the original intention of that was purely a joke to freak out fans is the first thing you're gonna hear. And then later they all loved it, and obviously it works great as an intro to the aggression that's going to come. But it's interesting that that was their mindset early on. But yeah, I mean, as you guys said, the killer riffs are great. Lars is beating the shit out of the drums. Like James is good. Like he does these like quick, fast vocal bursts, and that really works well. You know, as Ken said, it's anthemic. Like it's easy to sing along with. Um, yeah, there's some great leads. That exploding lead at like 235, and it goes right through 320. No, it's a good song. No complaints. Like my only fault is it's too much like Kill 'Em All. What I enjoy about this album are the stuff that doesn't sound like Kill 'Em All. Uh,
Well,
but it's still a great song. Like no complaints from me.
well, Bill, you can take us into Ride, and I mean, this is the first song on the album that has a writing credit to Dave Mustaine, and obviously the reason why he's going to re-record it. So, take it away, Bill.
Yeah, I know. So this is a great song. Like the first couple of songs all have like interesting diversity, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we were saying about the songwriting. So this kind of slows things down a little bit, more pacing and tempo changes, not just a pure like thrasher. So that's really cool. It even gets slow, and I don't know if I'd say doomy at times, but like it's yeah, it's a great track. I love it. I think it's like just so memorable in all regards. Like I almost freaked out like at the Metallica show earlier this year when they played this track. I was like, whoa,
Oh,
I totally wasn't expecting that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think like they did this, they did like maybe Creeping Death,
Mm-hmm.
the Call of Cthulhu, all in like in a row. Like it was just crazy.
nice.
I wasn't expecting that big run from this album, but yeah, no, like I mean, this one, like I mean, James's rhythm guitar just drives this thing. I love the slow down at 240. And then Kirk, I mean, I guess it's written by Dave Mustaine, but he has that great lead that kicks
Riff.
in.
Yeah.
I mean, Kirk just in his playing to talk about maturity, like a lot of the leads in general have more feel. It's not just about how fast I can play, so
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of cool. And then at 345, it just explodes back into thrash mode. So yeah, no, I think it's great. And like the long running time kind of gives like some time for good like musical sections and of course it has a great chorus. So yeah, I
Yeah,
like
I think for like 41 seconds before James's voice even cuts in, and I think it's great as Ken said, it's kind of the viewpoint of the person, the criminal, the killed the person on
Yeah.
death row. But I mean, I love that chorusy part where it's "I don't want to die." It's absolutely so catchy and wicked. And that at 445, that killer heavy bass riff, I guess you could call it, or a bass line. But Ken, what's your thoughts on Ride?
Yeah, you guys have pretty much covered the whole thing on the song. I mean, it's a prototypical thrash song for me.
Yeah,
That's the crushing chugs and the riff. That riff is so great. Like it's even if Dave Mustaine did write the original riff, whatever.
yeah,
I mean, it's fantastic. The song is just so powerful for me. And you know what? When you mentioned the I guess the explosion of the bomb at the end of the of track
yeah,
one, I like how it sort of like goes right into this song.
yeah,
The two songs to me kind of go hand in hand because you get the bomb and then da 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 and then
yeah.
right in that incredible riff, and it's like wow. I think the way that the two songs are slotted, they're perfect.
And I think I agree because it's not even like a second. It's like boom, and the song starts up. So and you're just like, holy shit! Like normally you get that wind down, it goes quiet for a couple of seconds, and then boom, the new song comes on. But yeah,
You know what's funny? For years, when I was way younger, when you heard that the bomb explosion, I thought it was lightning. I actually thought for a long time when I
Yeah,
first, it was like, oh, it's lightning, and then da-da-da-da, you get, but you realize it's actually a bomb exploding. But it's great. I just think the two songs go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. I think
that's
personally.
a great point.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed about these two songs. But
So
it's a fantastic song.
and here we are in track three. Ken, take us for, I mean, the classic. Every song on this is a classic, but For Whom the Bells Tolls, I mean,
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, I love the fact what I love about this, and I knew this way back when, is that they wanted to cover Ernest Hemingway's For Whom the Bell Tolls,
Mhm.
which is a book I read. I actually liked Hemingway growing up, so I read the book, and I think it's great because it's a whole idea of like, I guess, dismantling or kind of like dissecting the idea of warfare, which is in the novel. And I love the fact that they wanted to cover it in a song. It's so great. Like, you get the sound of the bell. It's so doomy, and it's like, oh,
Mhm.
it's very ominous. And then that riff, when it's 56 seconds in, and that riff, and it goes da 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 da, and the chug, wow. And then when James' vocals finally come in, oh
Yeah.
shit, this is a really evil, powerful, evil song. And again, one, two, three, all great, all great. This is a fantastic song. I've always loved it. I've always loved this song.
And that line, like, take a look to the sky just before you die. It's the
Yeah.
last time you will. You just feel like, man, that just says it all right there. I think it's, yeah, I agree. And I even wrote down that it's definitely got a doomy sound to it. But
Yeah.
Bill, what's your thoughts on this classic?
Yeah, no, I mean, as you said, it's a classic. Like again, another reason why I love this album, right? More of a mid-paced track. It has a real epic feel to it.
Yeah.
Again, something, a staple of the live show. Just love there's some, melodic tone in here. Like I mean, I've listened to this song so many times. I never get tired. Cliff's bass lines are great. It builds tension into the track, and like it just like I love the creeping and menacing like bass and James rhythm guitar throughout the song. Yeah, no, I think James sounds great here as he does in the fourth track. I like the echo effect on like the like time marches on.
Mhm.
And the vocals is great. It's kind of atmospheric, towards the end, fades out with the bell ringing. Just, yeah, it's cool. And the drumming's pretty good. Like, it's not like the fastest track, but there's some interesting drum parts in there. And yeah, the outro is kind of creepy and fitting to end this sort of darker track. It's good.
Wicked. And I mean, I'm a huge fan of this too. I think it just pictures like the doom part of it just really gets to you set to the thrash. I think I mean, Metallica on these first four or five albums are just absolutely genius with their writing, both musically and lyrically. And I think that's what captured all of us as young teens at the time. And I mean, you can't beat it. And then that's what it's all about. This will lead us into Fade to Black, and I wrote a ballad with a question mark, because as much as, and I agree, and we already kind of touched on it, where the band was a little kind of nervous about, to some degree, their kind of the feedback from the fact that it's a slower song for part of it, but I mean, then it just kind of takes off, and I mean, even like at 3:27, the heavy riffs come back in. At 3:59, the song takes off again, and I think that the fact that it's about suicide and whatnot is like a big. I mean, this was a pretty big feeling song towards what thrash bands were putting out at that time. So not only, and I think you had to have it kind of start off as a ballad in order to get the point across of the seriousness of the song. So that's what it always stuck with me. Bill, what do you like about Fade to Black? I mean, we've already started talking about it earlier, but
Yeah, no, I mean yeah, I think it's a great track. Again, it's one of those that, like, for whom the bell tolls, it's just become a classic. And
yeah,
It's what's again for me, it's these are the songs I enjoy most from the album, not like the stuff that sounds like Kill 'Em All.
Right.
I want that progression, but yeah, I mean, I had the same thing, right? Power ballad question mark. Uh, so, but yeah, I mean, it's not cheesy, right? It's nothing like
No,
No.
like hair metal ballads or
no.
anything like that. But yeah, like I love the guitar intro. There's like good, they transition effortlessly between the slower and mid-pace sections. And again, Lars just doing enough on drums, like not like everybody's like like doing what's best for the song, right? So
Hmm.
I think that's good. You can hear Cliff in there. That's great. Like I think James, I mean, he's doing like a semi ballad, and I think James sounds great, right? We're getting a
Hmm.
maturing of his voice, which is cool, and there's some beautiful guitar work, and yeah, again, just I think you said most of it, Jim, but like I do love the sort of 1 minute ending with like Kirk
Yes.
just like going
Yeah.
crazy on the
The most.
solo, and you got
Yeah.
James like rhythm guitar playing there as well, and then Lars gets heavier and heavier drumming, and so yeah, like it's cool. It's a great track.
And Ken, your thoughts on Fade to Black?
Yeah, you guys have pretty much said it all. Like I again, it's and it ends side one, so
Yeah.
it's a great ending to that side. I like it because it's got everything that you want in a song. I think a power ballad, yeah, but it's just got there's something to it that really draws you in.
Yeah.
I guess the melancholy, the acoustic guitar to start, the you get the much faster tempo going in the last bit of the song, and then you get the multi-layered guitar solos to end it. All really really good stuff. And the all the stories are about James writing this song because they had their equipment stolen at a Boston show like in '84, and
Yeah. Yeah.
he felt helpless at the time. I don't know how you get that to suicide, but whatever. I mean, whatever inspires you to write, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a fantastic song as well. I've always liked this song. I think it's great.
And I think you nailed it because I think the song, sure, it's maybe accessible for the song to be about suicide for the listener, but I think it's more about despair and
Yeah,
how
yeah,
they're really promoting like there is like it's they took the opposite of trying to maybe this song was always like, well, this is kind of the end, this is what you it's like there's no way out or whatever, there's no light at the end of the tunnel, it's despair, and I think they maybe use that to push it, but I mean it's a genius song. I absolutely love it. I mean you know a lot of people. It's funny because when like Tipper Gore and that were doing all the PMRC garbage, I always wondered why this song wasn't really on there. I don't think it necessarily would promote suicide, but it definitely doesn't. Like it talks about it. Maybe it's openly talking about it to some degree, but it's not. I just thought they would take it as that. You know what I mean? Because I always thought it's funny that Metallica's not on that with this song because people might think, oh, it's about suicide and they're glamorizing it even though they're not, but who knows.
Well, the lyrics don't really discuss about someone taking their life.
True.
It's it's very vague in the way it's handled.
Yeah,
So you could read the lyrics and you could read what you want into it, but I don't think it
exactly.
says I took a razor blade, I slashed my wrist. Like
Yeah,
it doesn't really go in that direction, even though it is hinting at that.
that's a good point. I just see the way they kind of disrupted Twisted Sisters Under the Blade, where
Yes, yeah,
it was about surgery as opposed to about what they thought it was about, rape. So but I guess Twisted Sister it did write it in such a way that you could definitely take it there. So
of course.
yeah. But still, wicked song. So Ken,
Yeah.
one of my favorite songs on the album. I mean, number 5, which is kind of an overshadowy one, but Trapped Under Ice. What do you think of Trapped Under
Well,
Ice, Ken?
this is a good segue because I think what you got in 4, you're getting in 5.
Uh huh.
I mean, the whole point is a person who wakes up from a a cryonic state, and he realizes there's nowhere to go, and there's no one that's going to rescue him. So it's got a bit of a nihilistic feel to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a really good song. I kind of like it. The
Yeah.
Trapped Under Ice, like it's one of those songs where the chorus is really good. It really bites hard, like as a thrash song. And that riff, that it's got a really good, solid riff to it. And I think the chorus is what I like about it. The Trapped Under Ice, it's great. And we all know that this song essentially was Impaler, with the song that Kirk was writing in Exodus, which I guess he took here and they just rewrote it.
Mm-hmm.
They rewrote it for this, for Trapped Under Ice. But this is a great song. Somebody made a comment on I think it was on YouTube. I was reading the comment that what they felt this song could have easily been on the John Carpenter's The Thing.
Mm.
Because the ending is that these two dudes, Kurt Russell and Keith David, are both sitting in the ice waiting for, I guess, death, because when the whole research lab was blown up and it's on fire, but they're waiting for the fire to die so the thing could be in the cold. So I could kind of see that, like, makes sense. But yeah, it's a good song.
That's interesting, because what I love about this album, what I love about Metallica, especially in this album, is they make you believe what they're singing. So like the feeling of being trapped under ice, and the way the chorus is singing it, "Three men can't hear your call. I'm dying to live. Cry out." And I think it's so cool because it makes you have that feeling that you're incapacitated. You're under, like it's like being trapped under ice. There's no way out. So, and just like the song, just like Fade to Black, the disparity in Fade to Black is what I get out of it. And I think they really project what they want, where they want it to go from that. And I think that's like, it's like the doominess of For Whom the Bells Toll, and just the excitement of Fight Fire with Fire. I think they're really, really taking the listener on more of an immersive journey into the lyrics and the music. It just fits so good. And I mean, I wish we could get writing like this now, but Bill, Bill, what's your thoughts on Trapped Under Ice?
Yeah, I don't mind it. Like, I do think the weakest part of the album is Trapped Under Ice and Escape. For me anyways. Like, I think every other song is fantastic, but and Trapped Under Ice isn't bad. Like, they're getting more aggressive after the previous tracks. It's again, it could be like a thrash track from Kill 'Em All, but I just find it like more straightforward, not as memorable, not as exciting. I do enjoy Kirk's solos. Like, I'm not sure, like, I love James' vocals here. It's not, it's a bit raw. But yeah, like, I mean, I don't skip the track, but like my least favorite songs on this album are 5 and 6.
Fair enough.
Well, we'll stick with you for 6, Escape. Since we kind of got your feeling on it already. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, I mean, I think it still provides like diversity, right? There's a bit of a new wave of British heavy metal feel to it, and it feels maybe a bit more accessible and melodic. I mean, in a different way, obviously, than Fade to Black does. I mean, it does have a good like mean riff, and it has a pretty cool rhythm and groove to it. But I don't know, like, again, it's just not super memorable as everything else on the album. That's kind of my thought on those two tracks.
Ken, what do you think of Escape?
I like the song. I see what Billy's saying.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a dip. But this is the song that they were forced to put on the album. They didn't want to put the song on the album.
Exactly.
The label wanted something that was much more, I guess, commercial.
Yeah,
and this
that
is
makes
probably the
sense.
closest
Yeah.
you're going to get to a commercial song, right? Like on this one here. But I think it's okay. It's got a decent chorus. The tempos aren't too bad for me. Like there's some of an ominous tone that they implant into the song. And I like the solo. I like the sirens towards the end of the song. I think that's a nice little touch. Life is to live. Life is my own to live my own way. And I like how he kind of repeats that as the song fades out. So I don't mind it. But yeah, I could sort of see it being a bit of a British of new wave of heavy metal kind of vibe to it. I think it's all right. I don't mind the song.
I didn't know the story about the record label forced them, but
Yeah,
it sounds like that. Like
Hmm.
that's
yeah,
what I
yeah,
meant when I said it's more accessible and melodic. Like it's a bit out of place in a way.
yeah. James hated this song. He
Yeah.
never wanted this song on the album, but the label wanted something that was apparently, I guess, more radio
Yeah,
friendly
yeah,
because
that
they're
makes
really,
sense. Yeah.
really friendly band, right? So apparently they've only played this song once live, and at the 2012 Orion Festival, that's the only time they've ever played
I
it.
was just gonna say I can't even remember seeing this ever played live.
Yeah,
I
one once.
Yeah,
Okay, there you
they
go.
don't like. Yeah, it's not a popular in the Metallica camp for
So
them.
hell,
There's a
I'm not
whole lot
alone
about
then. The
James.
band agrees with me.
Yeah, they do. They do. Yeah, James despises this song,
Oh,
and I guess it's because he's being forced to play something that he
yeah.
doesn't want to play.
Yeah,
But what are you gonna do?
I agree with you guys. I mean, it's probably the weakest link on the album. Still a good song, but you can tell it kind of doesn't fit in place. A little bit doomy. Definitely a new wave of British heavy metal kind of sound, but you know, but then followed it up by number 7 here. Ken, take it away with Creeping Death, which
Oh yeah,
again,
one of my favorite songs on the album.
yeah,
Like I said, when I first heard this live, I was just on my seat up in the air and I never left I just stood there. Like my brothers were with me and they were like, what the fuck is he doing? I was so into it. Like this song just blew me away. I love it. All about the book of Exodus, right? Like it's time to get biblical. So they do.
yeah.
All the lyrics about the ten plagues that visited ancient Egypt. Obviously, in the song, Naomi really referenced 4 out of the 10, but I think it's fantastic. And there's a story around this one too, because they were watching the Ten Commandments at Cliff's house, and that's how they got the idea to write this song. And then, but it's great. Like everything about the song, like when they chant, like "Die by my hand."
Yeah,
When you're in a live setting,
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
was fist pumping, "Die by my hand." They knew it. They knew how to, I guess, channel the energy from a crowd to play this song live.
Yeah,
But that opening is great. Da-da-da-dum-dum.
yeah,
So monstrous, and that riff when it starts up. What a powerful song. I totally love this song. It's probably one of my favorite Metallica songs.
yeah. I agree. I mean, when they do that live and everybody's just chanting "Die, die, die," and the band's singing and playing, I think it's just. I mean, it's amazing. It's so anthemic. But yeah, totally agree. It's probably one of my top Metallica songs for sure. I mean, what a crowd pleaser and what a hell of a song.
Yeah.
As soon as that first opening happens, you know exactly what you're in for. And I mean, that's just, it's so, this is one of the best ones they do live. Bill, what's your thoughts on Creeping Death? Probably
Well, for
very
me,
simple.
it's easily my favorite Metallica
Yeah.
song, hands down.
Man,
So, I mean, I'm not. I mean, partially because it's just a damn bloody good song, but the other half is just live, right? Like
Yeah.
it's all about the live, and like as I said, they played this year again, so that was cool. I guess that's not surprising. This is still a staple. But what I do miss with this song live is I miss Jason. Like
Hmm.
Jason did like the death metal vocals, like
yes.
backing stuff for James, and then like towards the end, James would let Jason sing whole parts of it, like all in death metal.
Hmm.
Like I mean, that made me love the song so much more. Like Jason's
Yeah.
vocals on this, so yeah, and like when you hear it now, I mean, again, we've got a great bass player in the band, Trujillo, but he doesn't have the death metal vocals that Jason
No.
was able to do, so he doesn't do it. But yeah, I mean that's my biggest disappointment about this song is that Jason's not there to help perform it. But yeah, I mean you guys said it all. Catchy chorus, killer riffs, killer songwriting. I mean
Yeah.
it's as good as Angel of Death by Slayer.
Yep.
True.
Yeah. I
It's
would agree with that.
yeah, and I don't know if this is true, but like when I was looking up some things about the album, that it said that this was that Kirk brought this to the band, and he had this. Well, I mean, they obviously changed it a lot, but it was called "Die by His Hand." Uh,
Yeah. I
and
think I
Kirk
read that
brought it
too.
from Exodus, and then
Yes.
James and Lars and him sort of changed it all up. But the original thing was an Exodus song.
Yeah. I think I read that too, actually.
Yeah.
You're right. I think I read that as well.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's kind of interesting. And then, the whole die, die, die by like the great part of the song, presumably that was in the original.
Yeah, you would think. Yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's my favorite track. I mean, and then the only thing I'd say is for the life of me, I have no idea why this wasn't the last song. Because like to end it with a 9-minute musical instrumental, that's amazing.
Mhm.
But like it's still an instrumental and there's 9 minutes. Put like this banger of a song last.
That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, considering "Fight Fire with Fire" is the opening bombastic
Yeah.
track. Yeah, I can see your point, Billy. That's a fair point to make.
Yeah, that would have been like a better bookend for
Like it's just
sure.
weird to do a 9-minute instrumental last. Like
Yeah.
none of the other albums have the instrumentals at the end of the album by
No,
Metallica.
they don't. That's true.
They're
That's
kind of in the middle for like a
But it's
music.
a great song, though, dude. I have to
Oh
tell
yeah,
you.
yeah, no, nothing. Yeah, nothing against the song.
Yeah.
No, that's wicked. Yeah, no, I mean it's my favorite as well, and for obvious reasons. But Billy, you can finish us off, taking us through the Call of Cthulhu, or I don't even know how to say it properly.
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu, yeah.
I don't know.
It's Cthulhu. Lovecraft is Cthulhu, but they shortened it for a
Okay.
reason.
Yeah, I think you guys already said that. Like, this has some Mustaine writing credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of set the stage for some brilliant instrumentals that were to come. Uh, I mean, if I'm honest with myself, like again, I think it's great. I love the track. I don't have a single complaint about. Well, maybe I have a slight complaint. Like maybe 9 minutes is a bit long. Like if you look like a track like Orion or something, like it's a lot more diverse within the song. This to me can get a bit repetitive by the seventh or eighth or ninth minute, but again, I love it, right? Just it's just it's a journey through different tempos, emotions,
Yeah.
just letting the musicianship go to the front, and again, just showing that maturity and lots of cool bass lines by Cliff, and the track kind of builds tension in the first half, and it's good ending. It kind of sounds kind of prog towards the end to my ears, which is again showing some diversity. But yeah, I mean, my only knock was I'm not sure it needs to be 9 minutes.
I can
Um,
see that.
Yeah.
but yeah, because it's not as diverse as something like
Anesthesia.
Orion, or what was the one on
Anesthesia pulling teeth.
or
Yeah.
yeah, or on Justice. What's their instrumental there?
Oh, not Dyer's Eve.
No, the one before that. But all those songs are more dynamic with more highs and lows. This is a little bit more, like one pacing, more so than those others, but
Well,
still,
Till It Is to
I
Die.
love it.
You're talking about Till It Is to Die.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
song. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. But yeah, no complaint. Like I think it's great. I love it.
And Ken, you obviously know the sort of the meaning behind it, so
Yeah.
take it away.
Yeah, I mean the song they originally were going to call the song "When Hell Freezes Over,"
Okay.
but they didn't do that. They went with the Call of Cthulhu. Now it's pronounced Cthulhu because it's taken from
Cthulhu.
H.P. Lovecraft's novel. But when they decided to shorten it because they felt the pronunciation was easier for people to catch on to, so that's why they called it Cthulhu. But it's basically based on Lovecraft's Shadow over Innsmouth. He had a short story in there called "The Call of Cthulhu." Which is like an elder space god who lives under the sea, and that's the whole point of the song is that he's rising from the depths of the ocean. Now they've also covered that song, sort of a similar version they did on Hardwire,
Mhm.
same thing. So I mean, like they went back to that, but yeah, it's a great song. I like the song. I do agree with Billy that yeah, they could probably shorten it by a minute or two. It's a tad long, but it's never boring.
No.
It's never really boring for me. I like it. I like the wintry parts that they add with the wind
Mhm.
towards the end of the song. I think that just kind of gives it an extra kick. No, we were talking about Dave though, but I was reading that Dave apparently actually he used parts of this song apparently for Hangar 18, from my understanding.
Yeah,
Um,
I've heard that too. Yeah.
the
Doesn't
chord
sound like it
progressions.
though.
It doesn't. No.
No, I know it doesn't, but I don't know if this is true, but they were saying that the chord progressions he used actually in Hangar 18, which he got from here. Now I
Maybe.
don't know if that's true, but that's
It doesn't ring a bell, but I guess it's possible. Yeah.
yeah, it's possible. It's certainly possible. But yeah, I think it's a really good song. I would have maybe not the end song on the album, but it's classy. It's great because no other thrash band was doing this kind of thing at the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree with you guys. I think it's kind of weird that they didn't go with Creeping Death at the end, but I guess that's just I guess what they obviously what they did. I mean, it doesn't for me. It doesn't take away from the album, but
no,
it
no,
is a tad long. But I get. I mean, Metallica from their first album had an instrumental on there, and then having the instrumental on here, I think it's just they're solidifying their fact of like. I mean, when you think of Ron McGovney's when he was the first original member on Metallica, there he said one of the biggest things that he couldn't get over was that these guys just rehearsed constantly, and he wasn't kind of into that. He was like, oh man, it was like if we were just rehearsing. So the musical lyrical vocal part of it, the whole thing that makes up the song, he said of these songs were just so like originally with Metallica, he said they were just so kind of anal to some degree that they wanted to get nail this down and sort of be the and definitely be the best. And I think they accomplished that with obviously in their career. But yeah, this song, I mean, it's pretty cool. I like it. It's not skippable. Usually listen to this whole album in its entirety, like the first one, like the third one, like the fourth one, even the fifth one to some degree. But I mean, wicked song. I like it, and it's safe to say, this album, excuse me, has gone 7 times platinum in U.S. So I mean,
yeah.
this is just holy shit. And I mean, I think it went first gold. I think after 2 years after its release, after I think Master of Puppets, and then both Kill 'Em All got the re-release with the extra tracks like Am I Evil and Blitzkrieg, and this had I think 2 live tracks with it after the not the first re-release, but then I think the re-release, yeah. So I think they had For Whom the Bells Tolls and Creeping Death live, I think, which is kind of cool. But anyways, that's the album in a nutshell. I mean, wow, and this it's kind of sad in a way because we've now covered the first 5 Metallica albums, so it's like, oh God, where do we go from here? So because technically the next batter up would be Load, but
No, I don't think I'd ever go back to Load.
No. So
No, I can't even, and I don't own it at all.
No.
I own them. I own them. But
I own it too. I have the original copy.
same with Lulu. I never want to talk about Lulu.
Yeah, no, God. And you got that for Christmas.
Yes, I got it for Christmas. Thanks to my brother-in-law.
I can't believe I threw away Cold Lake, but I kept Load because since we did the episode on Cold Lake, other than Cherry Orchards, I think it's a great album now. And I got to be honest, I wish I had my cassette still, but anyways. And this, I got my cassette. I still remember driving home with this. With Load, and I still remember looking at it, going like, "This can't be. This isn't Metallica." And then on the back had them kind of pictures, and I was like, "The hell, it's not the logo."
Yeah, the logo, the haircuts,
Anyways, but
let's not go there, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll let Sleeping Dogs lie where that goes. But I mean, what a hell of an album, and what a hell of a time to be alive and witness the sort of the birth of Metallica, and then how it just keeps going. And I think that I mean, God, what a time! 1984. You're in the hotbed of heavy metal. The glam and hair metal haven't kind of crept totally in yet. And then, but anyways, and then what was going to come next with Master? It just keeps the progression just keeps going. So, I guess the bubble had to pop at some point. I mean, so. But anyways, guys, so we come to our kind of our last segment here, which is kind of an interesting. Billy had a good idea here with, I think it was Billy who came up with this. So Billy, we'll go with you first. So essentially, we wanted to do is take was it the first 4 albums? Because
yeah,
the first 4 albums, and kind of go Metallica versus Megadeth and kind of see where all our thoughts are. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to go through like the first one and the three of us will just kind of rotate through, or do you want to do all four of yours?
I don't know. Do you guys have a preference? You want to rotate?
Ken, what do you think?
We can rotate. Why don't we
Okay,
just
we'll rotate. So you go with
I'll do the
one,
first
and then
one.
Ken can go. I'll go, and then we'll go back. We'll just
Yeah.
keep going in the same formation. Yeah.
Okay.
So Billy, you go first with obviously the first two debuts.
Yeah, so this album battle, Kill 'Em All versus Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good. So I mean, both albums are like really early snapshots of the bands. The production is really rough on both. But I mean, I got to be honest. I've never been a big fan of the first Megadeth album. It just never really clicked with me. It rarely draws me back. So for me, this one's easy. Kill 'Em All for the win. And I should say, I mean, I've said this many times. Like Kill 'Em All is my least favorite of the classic first four Metallica albums. But it still beats out, Killing Is My Business. So this was like an easy one for me.
Okay, Ken, you're up. So batter up.
Same,
What do you
the
think?
same, dude. I have the
Yeah.
I
same
knew
opinion as Billy. I do not like the first. I never listen. I own it. I never listen to it. I just
Yeah.
I'll take Kill 'Em All any time of the day. There's no argument there, dude.
Well, I don't even need to speak because you guys already know my view.
Yeah.
But and the sad thing is though, I mean, I think Kill 'Em All beats it on all levels. I think like he wrote Set the World Afire, which was on the third album. Yeah. But why didn't he put it on this album? I don't understand. Like maybe it wasn't totally finished or whatnot. But I don't know it. But Kill 'Em All for me, and I mean that goes right to the album art. The album art obviously was kind of screwed up for Killing Is My Business. Plus they had the cover of these boots, which is kind of I don't know. Yeah. So there's some good stuff on there, but I mean, Kill 'Em All just is much more stronger for me. Billy, take us to number two since you were
all right. So that was
Lightning
easy.
versus
All
Peace
three
Cells.
agreed. So now we're Ride the Lightning versus Peace Cells. Who's buying? So I suspect this one will be a bit harder.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm wrong. Like it was a little harder for me. Like I had to go back and listen to Peace Cells once or twice this week. And so again, like I think both albums are a massive leap forward, like in songwriting and musicianship. Unlike the first pairing, I love them both. I think they're both really good. But like in the end, like I would go Ride the Lightning just for a bit more of the diversity and the band taking a few more chances with the songs. It tends to pull me back for replays more. Again, we talked about it, the power ballad, those mid-pace tracks, the big single, and one of my all-time favorite songs, Creeping Death. It's kind of hard to compete with that. But again, I don't want to, this was no slam dunk. Like Peace is excellent. It was like very technical album. But yeah, it's a tough call. Like I had to really think it through, but I'm gonna go with Ride the Lightning for me.
So let me ask you this, Billy. If this was their debut and this was up against Kill 'Em All.
Oh yeah, Peace would have killed Kill 'Em All.
Okay, there you go. I kind of
figured. Not even in for me, not even in the universe.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So Ken, what's your thoughts about this battle here? Come on.
I know Ken loves Peace Cells.
I know.
Yeah, I would probably take Peace Cells. That's blasphemy because like I love the ride as well, but I don't know when Peace came out, like I was really into it. Like I heard it. I think I lived with it like every day. I played it on my Walkman every fucking day. Every day. It was just something I played every day.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard because Billy's points are all great. I mean, Ride is an amazing album, but I just for some reason, because I didn't like the first Megadeth album and I heard Peace and it blew me away, I would just slightly take Peace over Ride. It's going to be really slight.
Yeah.
But they're
you got to give it to Peace for having the best album cover of all four.
Oh, yeah.
I would agree with that. Yeah, you got that right, Bill. Yeah, the piece cover is way better. I mean, I like Ride, but pieces that
Yeah,
cover is
yeah,
iconic. It's an iconic cover.
yeah.
But yeah, I'll go Peace here.
All right.
It's
So we're
like
1-1. Jim's the tiebreaker.
Well, I wimped out and just I'm having it a tie because I can't.
Oh, come
Ah, man,
on.
I can't.
Jim.
I can't because I love this album. I love, okay, besides Ride the Lightning, which we already talked about, but Wake Up Dead, The Conjuring, Peace Cells, Devil Island, the first side of that album is just absolutely legendary. And I think if, man, although I would have had Kill 'Em All ahead of it because just for my own, but I got to go with a tie. I can't pick one or the other because I feel bad if I know I want to go with Metallica because obviously it's Ride the Lightning, but Ride the Lightning is my third favorite Metallica album.
Right.
So this would be probably my second favorite Megadeth album. So in theory, I guess this would get the edge if I played it off that way. But oh man, it's got to be it. It's just two so good albums. I can't pick one. I'm just stuck. Sorry, guys.
What a cop out.
Yeah, come on, Jim.
You can break the tie now.
I can't.
No, we can't.
All right. Well, there you go.
Well, the next one will probably be an easy one, I think.
I would assume, but I
Yeah.
don't, but I'm not sure with you, Jim, but let's see. So Master of Puppets versus So Far So Good So What? So this is an easy one for me, no
Yeah.
competition. Like I like So Good, like it's good, but I do think it's like a regression from the previous album. Like I don't think it's nearly as good as Peace Sells, so that's a bit of a disappointment. But just the songwriting and musicianship on Master is far superior. And like we talked about it, Orion, the brilliant Master of Puppets anthem, and those Thrasher bookends to open and close Battery and Damage Incorporate. Like again, there's not a weak song on the album, so yeah, it's Metallica arguably at the top of their game, and Megadeth, I think, regressing a little from Peace Sells.
Yeah. Ken.
Same. Master.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing to say. What Billy said is pretty much what I'm going to say. Like, yeah, I would agree. So far, so good. So what is all right. I like the album. There's a couple songs I really, really like, but it doesn't hold a candle to Master. Master is a masterpiece. Technically, it's a masterpiece.
Well, I'm going with a tie. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh God.
No, I got to go with Master. Although I think what kills it for me on So Far So Good So What, I love In My Darkest Hour, Hook and Mouth,
Yes,
Set the World Afire, Mary Jane. I mean, it's just that Anarchy in the UK cover. It just kills me, and it's like what a wasted track. I mean, I think it's cool that they had Steve Jones on it. They paid him with drugs and a BJ, so I guess that's kind of cool, like for a rock star. But oh yeah, Master of Puppets is my second favorite, and probably technically my first favorite Metallica album. I just have such love for Kill 'Em All. I know it's my favorite album, but I mean, Master of Puppets is where I felt the Doors everything just exploded. Love that album. And it's Peace Sells just I like you guys said, I think it's a step down from So Far So Good So What is a step down from Peace Sells. Yeah. I think but I mean it's just you go from Kill 'Em All to Lightning to Master, you're just going one. You just keep going up. Killing in My Business, you start down here, then you go all the way up with Peace, and then you kind of drop back a little bit in my mind for So Far So Good So What. So for that, Metallica has to win that. So
Okay.
Go. So number 4.
So number 4 is hands down the hardest one for me.
Yes.
And Justice for All versus Rust in Peace. So yeah, I mean, for me, Rust in Peace is hands down the best Megadeth album. I don't think anything in the discography even comes close.
Yeah.
Both of these are like ranked in my top like 50 album list of all time. Both are in my top 5. I've always had Justice 1 or 2 higher than Rust. And I think realistically, part of that is just Justice was in my was like the soundtrack for my youth. Like what was that, 88, 89?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like just those important
came
years,
first.
like
Yeah,
the last year of high school, going into college, and it just that album was with me for all these big life events.
And
So
you saw the tour.
yeah, no, I saw the
Yep,
tour. Yeah,
yep, yep.
yeah, that was great. So yeah, no, I mean, so I do have to admit there's a lot of nostalgia in it. So I'm gonna pick Justice. But like if I'm honest and throw out the nostalgia and what I feel for it, I'm not sure I would come to the same conclusion, to be honest.
Mhm.
Uh, like I think when it comes to the guitar work, Marty and Dave are hands down better than Kirk and James on Justice, in my opinion. Just for this Rust in Peace album, like Rust is just a perfect combo of like just killer songs and technical musicianship and their best lineup the band ever had, I think, in my opinion. So, like it's so damn close, but it's just the nostalgia factor makes this easy for me to pick Justice, and it's why it's my number one favorite album of all time. Um, but again, if I took nostalgia out, I think I might have to pick Rust. But either way, Justice is my pick.
Cool. And that I feel that's how I feel about Kill 'Em All. It's the nostalgic
Yeah, yeah,
issue
no,
with
for
me.
sure.
Ken, what's your thoughts on this one?
What he
I
said.
can't figure you out
What
on this one.
what he said. No, no, justice. It has.
Justice.
Yeah, I mean, like what Billy said is more or less what I would say as well. Like musicianship, of course, it's going to be Rust because Marty Freeman's an amazing guitar player,
Right.
without a doubt. I was following his career right from the beginning when he was part of Cacophony and even when he was doing his whole stuff. Marty's an incredible guitar player, and James and Kirk are great, but they don't rival him at all.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, they don't. But nostalgia is the same thing. Like it's the album that I saw the tour. One came out, like the video was like it was
Oh,
huge. Pusshead did the T-shirt. Like there's so many great things that around that I remember. So you have to go Justice. You just
And
have to.
don't forget, Ken, the opening band was great, right? You had Queensryche
Queensryche.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that was you're right, Bill.
doing
That
their
was
like classic album there.
oh god,
Operation Mindcrime.
Yeah,
that was such a that was a great tour.
yeah,
Two bands. I was blown away by Queensryche as well.
yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
Operation Mindcrime is an amazing album. I love that album.
yeah.
Like, yeah, you're right, Billy. Yeah, it doesn't compare. I mean, Rust is a great album. Let's be honest. It's a masterpiece. I agree, Billy. It is Megadeth's best album, pretty much, if you're looking for that. But yeah, you gotta go with Justice. You just have to.
Well, I mean, I saw the tour. Loved Queensryche. Loved when the Lady Justice head got blown off and it
Yeah,
hit
yes,
the
yes.
drum kit, and we were like, "Was that supposed to happen?" And it
Oh,
was
it's
just
great.
so cool. And I mean, they still have videos of that and all over Ottawa, Toronto, and they toured Canada so good with that album. Um, and yes, the first video. I mean, having one on there. I mean, that was so cool because, and then they didn't do a cheesy video. And I like both copies of the video where the one that is live and then there's the one that's what's got the story to it with the movie. I think that's pretty cool, and I
Yeah.
absolutely love that. I mean, but I'm gonna go with Megadeth on this. This is my fourth
Woo!
favorite. It's
Really?
my fourth favorite Metallica album, so I
Wow.
gotta pick. This is my first favorite Megadeth album. So just lining them up like that, I gotta go with that. I mean, I agree with you guys. The nostalgic factor, and I don't even care about all the the criticisms that have come with
As a base,
Justice.
yeah, yeah.
That means nothing to me. I think it's an amazing album. I love it way better than the Black Album. For me, that's their last best album. I mean, I can stomach the Black Album, but Justice is wicked. But Rust in Peace is just a masterpiece for me. Like, I think that's my number. God, if that's not it's probably right under my number. It's probably my number two to Kill 'Em All. And so I'm going to go with Megadeth for this one.
Okay.
So just for shits and giggles, so we have the Black Album versus Countdown. What do you think, Ken? What's your thoughts? I mean, I know you love the
I'd
Black
still go
Album.
with the Black Album.
Yeah, yeah.
Countdown. I'd still take the Black Album because it, like the Black Album, okay, yeah, it's simplified, but there's still good riffs on it.
Oh yeah.
The songs are very memorable, and I like Enter Sandman. For me, when
Yep.
that song came out, it's still, I don't know. I mean, I get it. It's a simplified version of the band, but those songs were still they were great when I saw that tour. I thought it was a great tour.
Yep.
So I mean, like I would go Black Album. Gotta go Black.
Bill, what's your thoughts on those two?
Yeah, I would still take Black.
Really?
With the exception of that song that Ken mentioned. I'm having a mind blank. That damn song that's so overplayed. Enter Sandman. I can't stand that song. Like from the first time I heard it as the single, I thought it was some cruel joke. But yeah, I still think there's like some great groovy, like heavy tracks, like "Sad but True," and I can't even think.
Wolf and Man is like I love Wolf. It's one of my favorite songs in the album.
Yeah, no, like yeah. So like I mean that's not like by a mile, like beating the Megadeth album, but I think I would go that way. I'm not the biggest fan of either, to be honest.
I go with Countdown only because I'm still unforgiven. I'm still unforgiven with Metallica.
Okay.
But I listen, I have I bought the redone of the Black Album. I have 10 copies of it. I love it was such a huge album. I mean, it got a little bit overplayed, some of the tracks. Yes. Enter Sandman, Sabbath. I thought Sabbath True, I still really like that. Of Wolf and Man's great.
My favorite song on the album.
Yeah. I don't really like Unforgiven's a bit sappy for me, but I just love Symphony. Foreclosure of a Dream is one of my favorite Megadeth songs. So yeah, I love that one. I got the single for it. Sweating Bullets. I know a lot of people hate that song. I love it. And Skin on My Teeth. There's some good stuff on there. I just thought Megadeth was a bit more true to the form, but I hold no grudge against Metallica coming out with the Black Album, using Bob Rock. As much as I didn't like that album, I love 10 times better than anything from Load or Reload or anything from there on after. Really I like it better than Death Magnetic and Hardwired, and the newest one I'm not even that keen on. So, but here we are, guys. We're at the end of the episode, so I want to thank you guys. It was a great talk with this one, and I love the segment at the end. That was really cool because holy cow, the albums didn't quite line up. Like, kind of had Megadeth with that dud at the start. So, and I think everybody feels that way with Killing Is My Business. I've never met anybody who it ranks in their top 5. So,
yeah, I know.
So, but thanks. I want to thank you both for coming on and with doing it. And you guys have any last words for Ride the Lightning before we put it to bed?
Great album, dude.
Yeah.
Classic.
Great. I don't know. Well, I don't think we've talked about the next podcast, but I guess we could surprise people with it.
Yeah, we haven't made up our minds what we're doing.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. I think Ken, is it your turn? I believe. Yeah. So come up with something juicy here. Whatever.
Yeah, I'll think about it. I haven't really given it much thought, but I'll come up with something.
Yeah. Killing Is My Business. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh God, no.
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 Cool. Well, with that, good night, guys, and we'll see you later.
Yep. Good night, boys.
Good night.